much living proof of it.
Now, just point blank, are you a murderer?
No.
Are you the Zodiac Killer?
No, definitely not.
This is Arthur Leigh Allen. For more than 50 years, his has been the name most people attach to the Zodiac Killer. He was never charged, he was never convicted, and the physical evidence never matched him. So this is not a video about who the Zodiac was. It's a video about how one man became the answer to a question that was never actually solved.
And connecting the dots in the Zodiac case, one name stood out more than any other: Arthur Leigh Allen. Born in 1933 and raised in California, Allen had a background that, on paper, fit the Zodiac profile with chilling accuracy. A Navy veteran dishonorably discharged in 1958, Allen was an intelligent but deeply troubled man. He studied biology at Vallejo College and later worked as an elementary school teacher until being fired in 1968 for molesting a student.
They compared it to their prime suspect, a man police had been watching for 30 years. A man whose friends had told investigators he'd described the murders before they happened. A man who was wearing a Zodiac watch.
On paper, Allen fit almost too well, and it all traces back to one moment: a friend walking into a police station.
Was first named as a suspect in 1971, 3 years after the killings began, when his friend Don Chaney walked into a police station and said Allen had described the murders to him before they happened. Described killing couples at lovers' lanes.
Described the murders before they happened, named himself Zodiac. If that account is accurate, it is not a coincidence. But Allen said his friend rebuilt their history after the fact.
Of it. Well, he built this into something much grander, and remembered other conversations that we didn't have, and figured, well, I must be the Zodiac. Even odds. There were coincidences that tended to point towards me, and killing just for the pleasure of it, it's just totally.
One friend's disputed memory, but the case against Allen never stayed a single thing. The coincidences kept stacking, and some of them were genuinely strange.
And here's why. Firstly, the Zodiac is commonly believed to have served in the military, and Arthur Leigh Allen, although briefly, did serve in the Navy. Allen also lived in Vallejo, California, which was close to the Zodiac Killer's hunting grounds, and he also wore a Zodiac watch, which had the symbol that the killer would later sign in his letters to the police, and starts hunting humans instead.
First words out of his mouth: the most dangerous game. And they say, my God, what's that? It's my favorite book. I've loved it since the 10th. And this was about a guy named Count Zarhoff, very similar name to Zodiac, who dressed like Zodiac, all in black, who hunted couples through the woods, carried a gun, carried a knife.
This book was also referenced in one.
Every one of those details is real. None of them is proof. And they reached the public through one man, Robert Graysmith, a newspaper cartoonist whose books turned Allen into the prime suspect and whose account became the version everyone repeats.
Arthur Leigh Allen was also the favorite suspect of Robert Graysmith, the former San Francisco Chronicle cartoonist whose book Zodiac was later turned into a feature film.
What do you mean there's no evidence? You have him seen with the ciphers, the military boot prints, the same size shoes and gloves, the most dangerous game, the Zodiac watch, the background of school children, the misspellings of Christmas, the bloody knife.
All circumstantial.
Despite all of this, however, Allen always maintained his innocence, and the police never found evidence strong enough.
With no one who could confirm it. That alibi comes entirely from one source: Robert Graysmith's books, the investigative journalist who wrote the definitive account of the case. The problem? No independent police report has ever surfaced confirming that interview even took place.
Graysmith's book became a bestseller, then a David Fincher film, and that is when Allen stopped being a suspect and became a household name.
Right? Books, documentaries, and films like Zodiac, 2007, only deepened the mystery. For some, he was the embodiment of pure evil. For others, he was a puzzle begging to be solved. But one thing remained clear: the Zodiac Killer didn't just murder people, he infected the culture. Arthur Leigh Allen, the first prime suspect.
Repetition did the rest. Told across enough screens for enough years, a suspect stops feeling like a theory and starts feeling like a fact. But the people closest to the physical evidence kept hitting the same wall.
In the end, it was science that threw cold water on the case against Allen. Handwriting experts concluded that his writing did not match the Zodiac letters. DNA extracted from saliva on the stamps and envelopes of some Zodiac letters, though not fully conclusive, didn't match Allen either. And fingerprints lifted from the crime scenes didn't point to him. He had alibis for at least one of the confirmed murders, and the circumstantial evidence, while disturbing, remained just that, circumstantial.
Handwriting no match, fingerprints no match. And in 2002, DNA from a sealed Zodiac letter excluded him. That looked like the end of it, except that exclusion is shakier than it sounds.
Case went cold. Except the DNA wasn't from inside the envelope. It was from the outside of the stamp, which means it could have belonged to a postal worker, an evidence handler, anyone who'd ever touched that letter in 30 years. The exclusion everyone cited, it was built on a sample that may have had nothing to do with the Zodiac Killer.
So here is the honest position. The evidence that convinced the public is circumstantial. The evidence that cleared him is contested. Nothing here is conclusive in either direction, which is the one thing a compelling story cannot tolerate.
Today we're going to do something different. We're not going to ask whether Arthur Leigh Allen was the Zodiac. We're going to stress test the case against him, the way a defense attorney would.
The reporters who actually cover this case understand the machine they're part of.
Books, it's astounding to me how much interest there still is in this. That having been said, the newspapers do have an unbidden role in all this stuff. We got letters from the Zodiac. We got a manifesto written by the Unabomber. The big dilemma is, do you run this? Do you want to be the mouthpiece for a killer?
Well, they weren't able to get me for the simple reason that I've never killed anyone in my life and don't intend to. There are a lot of people around who with all this bad publicity, are probably sure that I'm Zodiac. People who know me, no problem. Thank God for our Constitution, because that says a person is innocent until proven guilty.
Arthur Leigh Allen died in 1992, still the prime suspect, still uncharged. The case remains officially unsolved. He may have been the Zodiac, he may not have been. What's certain is that the man millions of people are sure they know did it was built less from evidence than from repetition. A watch, a friend's story, a best-selling book, a movie, and 50 years of retelling. The mystery was never solved. We just got comfortable with the answer.